Hey folks, so today we will talk about the agents, the SSI agents in particular. I already have a video that explains what the difference between the wallets, the agents and a hub, and this concept was quite popular in a community for a long time. But every time when people heard about the agents, especially in a self-sovereign identity, they get a lot of confusions because agents contain keys. So then it's the question if agent is a wallet and so on. So it's endless discussion, and uh, concept of the agent is not so new, and actually you right now using the agent because you're watching me on the browser, and browser, if you don't know, actually is the agent that allows you to connect to the worldwide web network. And if you are the web developer, maybe you could see that in a request is something like the string that explain what kind of agent talking with the website. So the agent actually hide the complexity of the interaction of the network and give some benefits to user. So that's it. If you will talk about agents versus wallets, usually it's the common concept that wallet is something really passive that require the user to interaction and to do something, and the agent is something active that are in the internet and could take the decision on behalf of the user and so on. And it's not bad separation, but it's not really the good one in my humble opinion. So we could say that everything is an agent, and even the wallet actually is the agent. And if you we'll talk about the SSI wallets, I have a separate video about the SSI wallets. I will put the link on the end of the video. So you have a lot of complex things, not just keys, for example, like in a crypto wallet, but DREs, for example, or VC, and some. If you're using the DITCOM, then you should keep the maintenance of the connections. If you use the DIT peers, then you should keep the document for the DIT peers that connected to your connections and so on. So this look like your wallet could be the much complex software. And we could say that wallet actually is the combination of the agent that implements some logic and the secure storage, or vice versa. So you could have the combination of agents that together form the wallet. If we take this idea further, for example, you have the wallet that manage the DREs. So you have the agent that manage the DREs. You have the agent that maybe know some specific about the DTON, for example, only, and know how to interact with the DTON smart contract and Site 3 protocol to resolve it, to create the new one. And you have in the same wallet, for example, agent that help you to manage the keys. So maybe it's have the secure storage for the private keys to keep them securely stored, and you have another agent that maybe connect this and keep the relations between your different DIDs and the private keys, and allow you to quickly find the proper key and do the signing operations and so on. So actually the wallet is the combination of the agents, and maybe your wallet not ending on your device because your storing capacity on the phone could be extremely small, and your phone could not be online all the time. And here we have the concept of the active agents that may be hosted not on the device but hosted somewhere else. And we have a big variety of such agents. They could act as a relays and message passing interfaces. They could act as a relays that store the messages for us. So it's actually the common architecture for the DITCOM letterboxes or the DVN relays. So they store some kind of records, but actually they are always active and ready to talk and get the new records, give the access to the data and all of the things. Yeah. So in this point we have the concept of these active agents that could take the decisions on behalf. They could have a multiple different interfaces. Some of them could behave like the services and website and talk with other systems over the rest. And other agents maybe could talk with the DITCOM and get the messages. Maybe some other agents will use some different protocols. Even on single machine, you could have the agents that running and they could use some inter-process communication and so on. So, but you could have the passive agents, you could have the active agents, you could have the agents that take some decisions on behalf of the user, maybe allows to share the credentials on the request from verifier and so on. We have another concept, it's the hub. So it's let's say a quite big multi-tenant agent that take some heavy operations. So maybe it's the cloud agent or cloud wallet for multiple users somewhere in a cloud that allows you to manage different wallets for you, or some extensive storage that allows you to store really big amount of data. Or we could see the DID methods implementations like the hubs, so the identity hubs that allows to keep and create multiple DIDs and so on. So let's say that hub, it's something that serve more than one user, require the authentication, require the access, and it could even represent some big networks like Ceramic network and so on. But agent is rather personal, so it's more single user oriented. Sometimes we have the cloud agents that have the multi-tenant architecture, but agent is something that's sitting in between the user and some kind of complex software or some kind of complex network. And if we thinking about this, it's more the guy who hide the complexity. You don't need to know HTML and all the really complex things of the internet just to use the browser. And the same is for the SSI agents. You don't need to talk the multiple protocols with the different networks. Or if you have a crypto wallet, you have not only keys, but for example some integration with the NFTs, and the wallet knows the details how to talk with the NFTs and so on. And actually it's quite simple concept if you will think about it once more and see that actually everything is an agent. So the wallet is the combination of the agent and secure storage. The agents itself, they could be message oriented, they could have a storage, they could be stateless, they could create the networks or form the chains of the agents that use each other. So and even the regular SSI wallet is rather the combination of the different agents that speak the different protocols, communicate with the different networks, resolve the different DIDs and so on. And for example, you could have the identity agent that only particularly focused on management of your keys and management of your DIDs. It's actually what the Web5 and TBD faults are doing right now. They move into more agent-oriented architecture, and even the Web5 library itself is just agent that know how to connect your local DVN that you create on memory with some global DVNs that stored somewhere in the cloud, how to build this communication, how to handle this complexity for you and so on. So the concept of the agent is quite simple, and if you will think about that practically everything is the agent, then it will be easier to understand the difference. And agent could be passive then, and use the UI as an interaction interface, and then you will see that actually your MetaMask wallet actually is yet another agent with UI that allows you to do some operations with the network. That's actually it that I was keen to share with you, and see you next time. Cheers.